Jeeve, good usual. Thank you so much for joining us for our social, our really fun bit. Not to say that the whole day hasn't been a lot of fun and a lot of discussion and getting to know people, even though we're all beaming in from different parts of the world. So, as is my tradition, I'm going to keep these introductions short and sweet and give over the floor to Ciara. But I'm going to do a little brief introduction, both as Gaeilge and as Béarla, so in Irish and in English, and bear with me with my schoolgirl Irish, but Scríbhneoir Chonatha DCU Gábhíle Fiche agus ambassador le áras scríbhneoir na hÉire I Ciara ní hé. Tá a cuid fialteachta leite go hidir na siúteach ici. Ciara ní hé is the 2020 Writer in Residence for Dublin City University and an Irish Writers' Centre ambassador. She has performed internationally, and I could list all of the wonderful places, the far-flung places that she has shared her talents, and also BBC, RTE. She's shared her fantastic poetry all across the world. But without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Ciara. Thank you so much.
Good mean agat, Rebecca. Agus rinne tú on job. You did a great job of the Irish. So yeah, so tá sé go hintach a bheith for góir anocht a chuirde. I'm delighted to be here tonight. By me ag léamh filiochta in Gaeilge agus by an Béarla a tacht in Irde ar an Scáil ag an am chéine. So when I read my poems, they'll be in Irish, and I've made slides with Irish on one side and English on the other that you can read while I'm reading. So if you're interested in reading the Irish, you can focus on that side, but the translations will always be directly beside it as well. I'm going to do about 15 minutes of poetry. So I'll start off and see how we go. And it's funny not being able to see your audience. In a way, it's really intimate because I just feel like it's just me performing into the world, pouring my heart out, because I can't see you. But at the same time, it's strangely alien because I don't know who's watching or where you are. I'm in Dublin at the moment, in Clontarf by the sea, and this is where I've been spending my lockdown. Tá sé go háling agus tá an táirm in an chud slite. So I hope you've all had an all right lockdown and that things are starting to ease in all your lives. Agus tásúlagam gomuni sibh soltas seo. So an chéad dá na seasamh na maná galanta. Tréis tamil de chórá le ban bhrá atá ag mulla mo chuid se filiochta ag seola irise. Deram léhi go scríbhim an Gaeilge comma. Fecum scamhfuil ina súile. Agus is cuma faoine fragra cáréiseach cluisiom a tóram go glé. Dar léhi go bhfuil mé os cionn a le héad. Níos déine nar a háin a fear céile a lámh heis im a bhus is liganmé gnúsacht mar bheannacht. Déanam lán mo húil a wint as. Agus cuimhníam gur minic don grá a bheith dal. So yeah, hosig mé le sin. I started with that one because I know you'll be listening. I'm looking at the live comments now and I see that you're in Glasgow, agus Hadini a Brina Gaelic, agus in Paris, in Berlin, and you might not know exactly what the attitudes are toward the Irish language in Ireland. So that's just one attitude that I have encountered, which is people not thinking very highly of it. So Bugi mé raig, the next poem I wrote for the Ladies Gaelic Football Association here in Ireland, and it was a big hit. It was really amazing for me. It was watched loads of times online, and I mentioned a few sports stars in it. And actually, after it came out, I met some of those people, and they'd seen the poem, which for a poet is like the most amazing thing for someone who you wrote about to have seen your poem and to have enjoyed it. So this one actually mixes English and Irish. I do mainly kind of spoken word performances, and this is a good example of it. So it's called Phenomenal Woman, and I'm sure many of you will know that I borrowed the title from a very famous poem. Conas is féidirlum cur sias a dhéanamhirthaí. She wears many hats, agus galore pair of brogi. Inin, Drifor, Maher, Ultra, Moontor, Banan T. She's a pilot, a doctor, an engineer. She's whatever she wants to be. Phenomenal woman. Shin E. Is mó ban in isha awan, pelador, cliha every Sunday, gimmert son the man, son a conte, a son fain. She's a hun, gimmert the hun, dinne den akma peladori, goshgiecha, lekkiecha. She's a 10, a knockout, dern ali, lagged her gach law agus fos, Irene she. She's Katie Taylor, champion no horpa, champion on down. It's more on sports e. It's leich more sports e. Ta kussa intache eki. It's intach on kussentor e. Ni hein inu. Is ban e. She's an expert at deflecting unwanted attention, perfecting the art of rejecting without collecting enemies. Ban Renault, a gober Lewin Gehina for the man. 10 hours a day in a glass box with a pack of jocks who communicate chiefly in locker room talk. She tunes it out, works hard round the clock. Call her bossy if you want. She'll soon be the boss. She's a fast woman. A reba suis na parka. No surprise. She's been running all her life, from stereotypes following from ancient times, ingrained in even her own mind. Ach fuyera anish, ni rihin she a hilla. She tackles those stereotypes head on. There she, Tom Bwinin. It's ni winin she shin diem, querin she lum. It's Lou classy me le passion, August ni hainam gur spatialum fashion. There's nothing wrong with being bottle blonde. Painting your nails doesn't make your arms less strong. I am all you can imagine, and more, beyond. An rud nach féidir, mi féidir é. Bin a dorú le hi tra, nar a vishi giri dain of amach an revin valakasteach aundi go shanna chlub navar. An rud nach féidir, mi féidir é. Ach tá sisha co crua céine leis an nímond san áine ar a láv. Íhanta istie madsna ca lua, gigras la núnach, bue an dua. Chwer she's an arach agus buin hi she's an oar. She's overcoming hurdles like Derval O'Rourke. She's Stephanie Roach kicking goals going viral. She's on the hockey team in the World Cup final. And I stand in awe of all mana like her. Atá ag tógal a mali hain and paving the way. An rud narv eidir tra, is féidir anish é. Féach erhi, is féidir é. So, tasúlagum gurwinship sult as an gern shin. And maybe you got some of the references if you're sporty people. I am keeping an eye on the comments, and at the end I'll have a chance to answer if you have any questions. So please put them in, questions about anything, writing, the Irish language itself, Irish language online. I'm kind of involved with, Twitter, and I have a blog, and I'm very interested in kind of technology in Irish and the work of Kevin Sconnell, who of course is a keynote speaker at this conference. And Chéad Don Ella, so the next poem I'm going to do is called, well, wait, which order did I put these in? Okay, I'm going to do this one. It's kind of a song, kind of a poem, and it's called Rauer Grana Beil Squealte, which means fat, ugly, loud-mouthed. So, Coolra an scéal, nagur le me postal boards.ie, fui éireannach maná cáúil. Sér de bhí scríofa ná, cuireann si I gcuimhne dom, na rudaí is mó nach mathlum fui éireannig maná. Rauer, Grana, Beil Squealte, caitheann an umarchas smidí agus lán dí hain. Scríofa ag Jair Nolan an 8 lá is 5 de bhína saona 2010 ag 5 chuna 10 is títhe. Rauer, Grana, Beil Squealte, an umarchas smidí agus lán dí hain. Léimhdom na hadaíochtaí sin. Bhí mé sprágtha, agus bharrtaigh mé Jair a ragart. Rauer Grana Beil Squealte, an umarchas smidí agus lán dí hain. Rauer Grana Beil Squealte, an umarchas smidí agus lán dí hain. Lé méid de liste, díreach an sin, na tréthe nach maithleat de maná na héireann. Dús, ní Rauer an bhean úd, ní cnábharlach I, but it's not 2002. Wil tú uignach jer, nach wil einje I de heel, wil sé dakker tacht van chéle, no céin fá ella gaha ihe ine. Ag jaran fui chirp na man lína. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Mar vasla tá grana, sach pástoel, easke le ra ach dakker a vreignu. Déta a hort dinne a waan, ní le gach ein van a hitti tú in ra ach jer. Is suntasach de horum gur mífer iad, ma ná ille na herin. Le rion sé fout onitsa, dala an a der gohfuil a fartatha fad mire. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Tá chorig a gum, na fair a healing desha mana guna dorha, reinin she'd freshen rodegin ella. Nar ekin she'd ban gan smiddu he, will tu tershach no teen a ifrian she'd di. Fuin smiddu is doka nach diggin tu tada, dar lat gwil aliocht Kim Kardashian na dorha. A rauwer gran a beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Rauwer gran a beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Shanna vaslaha beel squealta is landi hain dove na. Is bevralem ide haine ach verreer. Ta bun chaivlingt aan so chui gur ban me e kind os cor an tiel. Jer. An wil saunis lum, co squealta den veil, dien heinig co lan, an misha de lista, amachis amach, an wil na treha fad le sunru onum. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. At eigen sa tírseo is aun da jer nolan, a rada amach a chud tóra mi luffa, teig hir da skálan, a nahanid, I volach, na míle jer nolan, bakuk is bakuk. Der sé gur hit ban na telly kun fiola, is sé crumha an tullig, canna biorach a vullig, ach is cuma leis an sail, mata jer nolan rower. Is cuma sa tiochlo eve grana, níl jer beel squealta. Laurien sé, tá rilek eigsúle ege, do vanna is do hain. Ní vín an ammerke smidi ní vín puin, níl sé lán leis hain, tá sé lán de bhuinín. Ach, ma ná ille na herin, misha san orv. A rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smidi agus landi hain. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Rauwer gran na beel squealta, an ammerke smedi agus landi hain. Tá súlagum grimse vikana egandera. I hope you're all singing along by the end of that, and maybe you picked up a few new words as well. So yeah, Neil Shishin Tafata Agum Kadisha. I haven't recorded that one yet, but I did it at the weekend. I was on a staycation here in Ireland, and I hadn't performed it in a while, and I just really wanted to give it another airing, and I felt like it was suitable because, of course, this is an online gig, and it's an online theme. So Colme Dulnish, I've done a few minutes. I want to go back to this one. So this poem is called Came Came, which means step by step. Again, it's a bilingual piece. And I wrote this I was presenting a TV program. It was like a concert in aid of Women's Aid, which is a domestic violence charity, because sadly, domestic violence rates skyrocketed during the lockdown, as you might have heard in the media. So this was a fundraiser with loads of wonderful musicians, and it was broadcast on TG Cahir, which is an Irish language TV station here in Ireland. So yeah, I wrote this bilingual piece for that program. Came Came. Céim adordig si hain ón orlór, leis an chfuil a chlanne. Buinú stanga astí an van sin sa scahan. Owl character is subclór lower no scanan. The woman who walked into doors. Stay at home is the motto of the moment. She's a lot on her shoulders. Dúlga si puisht uber illa an tí na pastí a counsú má ligan siad gig. Trád a raibh, thug sé aran na hivadí. Anish is bhléasca na ivacha a hiúlann si. A glistening bracelet for the wrist that he shattered. Flowers in his fist, lies to doctors. There's a pattern. Domestic violence strikes 1 in 4 women on this island. Women of all ages in houses of all sizes. Tarún dangan le fada aki éilú ón bharégan. Céim a hain. Inish the scale a dare fógra radio lehi. Agus ina crí iste tigan si. Inniu an lá, taréis gach ulling si, hánig si slán, tá si coat láder le crown darach, agus fós a fás. Inniu an lá, I'm shean si a gohan. Fragrian a driffor, conas atá tú a store. She's about to become the woman who walked out the door. Agus ceapan go bhfuil mé caint le tamlanish. So I think I'll leave it at that. If I can look at some of your comments now, maybe give you an answer, but I think one of the organizers is going to come in maybe to finish off my session, but I'll just look at what you've been saying so far. Oh, here we are. Rebecca came in. Hi.
Wow. I have to say, real goosebumps with that last one. I think, we're all very aware, why this conference is happening the way it is, because of the new normal that we find ourselves in. But to speak to that, I think in an art form is very powerful. And as you say, it's kind of very much of the moment. You're getting a lot of love in the comments. I think what's really interesting, I think for everybody is that what people might not know from the outside is that there is quite a strong tradition of quite women's experience in Irish poetry, particularly kind of from the mid 20th century onwards, and the female voice, and particularly in this kind of way of showing translation with the Irish as well, the Pharaoh's Daughter and things like that. Would you say that most of your poetry kind of speaks to specifically your experience as a woman, or do you feel that this kind of one of your stronger themes, or is it you've just brought it forward for us this evening?
I think maybe it does. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine recently who said, I think you might be watching now, who I was talking about the poems I write, and he said, yeah, you do write really angry poems. And he, like you, your poetry is quite angry, and it is kind of true, but I think it's because it kind of seems to me like there's a reason to write it then. And I think, I don't know if every person feels this, but like for me, I have a few kind of love poems and kind of lighter pieces, and I'm always kind of embarrassed to read them because I'm thinking like, oh, is this worthy of taking up people's time? But then if I'm shouting about something that I feel is an injustice, I feel like it's worthy. So yeah, that would be a reason why I write about being a woman or the problems involved with that.
Yeah. And I think there's something, and I think if it was a male poet, we mightn't call it angry. We might call it, I don't know, forceful or, powerful or something like that. But when, the usual kind of critique. Would you say that you have any particular influences from, we have some people here might be interested in, I know you have a volume yourself coming out this year, but are there any other poets that you kind of feel that very much have influenced your work?
Yeah, there's loads of poets. Like as you said, there's these really strong. I just got my Irish passport today, and I have my name changed into Irish, so it was a very big moment for me. But changed back to Irish, I should say, after I had been anglicised. And I was looking through, and there's a poem by Nuala Ní Dhomhnaill there, and I just felt so proud, and so I feel such a connection to her poetry. I also adore the poetry of Darina Ní Cnéide from Kerry. And then like in a more international, broader sense, I love like Kate Tempest and like a whole range of people who do various things with spoken word. Yeah.
I think also the particularly in Phenomenal Woman, the international audience might quite like kind of an explanation of what a hun
Oh
is
yeah.
in an Irish context.
Well, actually, right now I have a hun bun like in my hair. So a hun is yeah, because I spelt it Hun, and I remember someone said, well, it's actually HON because it's short for honey. Like traditionally, but it's spelled in our slang. It's spelled HUN, and it actually just means like. Actually, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a semi-pejorative, but it's not. It's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek pejorative. So, like, if I was joking about myself, like making effort with my appearance, I might say, "Oh, I'm such a hun tonight." It's kind of like, is that correct? Am I giving a good definition?
Yeah, but kind of without having like splashed the cash. It's like a hun will definitely say thanks pennies, which is,
Oh, you're
like
right.
Primark, like, oh, I look great, but I only spent €20. There's kind of
You're
like
right.
that element that I don't think I've ever been a hun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not knowing, I don't know if I'm too old, but not
I
knowing.
think you can be a hun at any age, Rebecca.
I'm probably closer to an Ashling than I.
Oh,
am a
well.
hun.
I love Ashlings.
So for our international audience, if you're interested in, I suppose, capturing some of the zeitgeist of Irishness, especially from a female perspective in English for the past, I suppose, 10, 15 years maybe, What a Complete Ashling is a book to pick up.
Those books, it started off as a Facebook group, and it just kind of really typified this type of Irish woman who, brings her trainers. See, I'm speaking internationally now for our international audience. Brings her trainers in like a shopping bag to work, or she walks in her trainers and brings her shoes in a shopping bag to work. And she does all these kind of conservative, cute behaviors. Yeah, that's a really, that and a hun would be two very good types of Irish women. Just, yeah.
Do you think I suppose it's kind of chicken and egg. Do you think that that the Irish female experience is having a moment, both in English and in Irish language culture? And do you think you're part of that, or do you think you've kind of, is it a groundswell that came behind you? Because you're quite, obviously very well established. But do you think there's kind of something that has been building for a while, I suppose?
Yeah, I'd say it's been building for a while. I think it's hard for people of my generation even to imagine how much you would have been underfoot in previous years. But I do know even when Yvonne Boland passed recently, people were saying she didn't get the recognition she should have gotten, and that the poetry world is still very gendered, and that women don't get the attention that their male counterparts would get. But I really don't feel qualified to comment on that. But I do know that that's what people were saying. I always feel kind of like an outsider because like I write from the queer experience as well. And like, I think a lot of people who write, maybe that's why they write, because they feel like an outsider, or, so yeah, it's hard to separate it. As you said, it is a chicken and egg kind of thing.
Yeah, you kind of feel like it's all sorts, I kind of feel like when my dad says, like, it's an overnight success, 20 years in the making, it's not as if it just appeared out of nowhere, but actually there's a lot that's gone into it over the years. You mentioned a few, I presume, English language poets. Is there any other language that perhaps, you look to or have been influenced by over the years in your own work?
Yeah, like I run a spoken word poetry night called Rec, and I actually took that word from the Scots Gaelic, which obviously is very related to Irish, but it was from a poem by Sorla MacLan called Rec Anima. So it means to sell, but it means like to say it, to shout it out, like to wreck your wares, to sell your wares. But not that like Gaelic would like have hugely influenced me. Of course, Irish would have influenced me more, but I would look to what's happening in their culture. And there's an amazing bands over there like Nightworks, and there's amazing rappers over there like Griager, and just seeing what other people do from the point of view of not the majority language, and the possibilities that are there when you fuse different sources. As well as that, I've started working on a few projects with people from Wales, and I've met loads of people who speak minority languages around the world just because of working in this area. And it's always a learning experience, and it's always amazing just to come away from that. And I always learn something.
Excellent. To I suppose to bring it back around to our theme, our wiki theme. I don't know if you knew, but one of the members of Wikimedia Community Ireland teaches using Wikipage in DCU, Megan Dowling. She's a doctoral student there. And one of her students last year actually wrote your biography on Wikipage.
Yeah, she contacted me, and it's amazing. I love that. I love that I have my Wikipage page. Yeah.
We have to get you to upload a selfie.
Oh, is that? I wasn't sure how it works. Are you allowed to write about yourself?
You can't write about yourself, but there's nothing stopping you uploading an image of yourself.
Oh,
that's how we got a picture of Kevin for his new article. I emailed him and got him to do it. And it means now that this YouTube, we can now link to that in your biography, so people can now see you perform as well online. And Megan is watching, which is fantastic. Absolutely Trojan work for us. But I suppose as an Irish speaker, as you know, somebody who I presume, you know, you do your art through Irish, you attempt to a certain extent to try and live as much as possible through Irish. As Wikipage or other, you were saying, like social media, are those things really important to be able to not just kind of, I suppose, feel like you're being reverent in some way to the Irish language, but to actually be immersed in it?
Yeah, I feel definitely it's so important. I've lived abroad before. I've lived in London and in Philadelphia for a year at a time. And it was really important to me to have my Twitter community. And it is important to me as well just to have, I know that Gmail has been translated and other sites I would use and apps that I would use. I always make a conscious effort to use Irish in that way because it's as much as possible. If I can have it in my daily life, I will. And that's how you learn new words like download, upload, tag, just from use, you know. So sometimes I find it hard to think of them in English because all my apps, I'm like, what does that mean? What's this word in the English version? I don't know. But yeah, I have a YouTube series called What the Fuckle, where I try and explain things about the Irish language. And I sat down with Owen P. O'Murch, who was involved in translating Gmail and loads of other sites, just to talk through like predictive text and loads of different things. And I uploaded that onto my YouTube, so just to help people if they wanted to you know, Gaelicize their digital world, that they could look at that.
It is wonderful when you get an email, and it'll sometimes surprise you because you'll get, you know, if somebody replies to you, it's a forward, and you'll get all the details in Irish, and you're like, oh, you're obviously using the localization in Gaeilge. That's quite nice.
Yeah, and they've loads of Easter eggs in it as well. Like the way in Gmail they say, you know, because of Gmail's secret sauce, they'd have loads of kind of little inside jokes with the Irish language, which is really nice when you're using it.
Just fantastic in comparison to the very early days of Facebook, where it was all quite ham-fisted, I think, with they thought they could do it on the cheap, basically, is usually how they think they can do it. But I think our time is up, and we'll be inviting Siobhán to join us. But thank you so much, Ciara. I think from what people have said, they really enjoyed, and I think most importantly, hearing a fluent and very competent Irish speaker, a confident and competent Irish speaker, was really important for us, and to let the Gaeilge wash over you. And I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so much.
Gur míle maith agat, Rebecca.
Agus slán leat.
Slán.
So I don't know whether, there we go. So I don't know if we need to give Siobhán a minute or two to gather herself, or to organize herself. But we will be joined by Siobhán Davitt in a minute. Excellent. She's given the thumbs up. Happy days. We should have Siobhán. Excellent. So
hello.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, I feel like this is Eurovision. You know, I'm kind of, floating talking head, talking to people beaming in from all over the place.
I know, it's gas, isn't it? I'm like, can you hear me? Because I've just gotten these wireless earphones and I'm still getting used to them. But they're such a game changer for dancing. Like, I feel like my whole life has been like wrapped up in wires, and it's just amazing to actually not have a wire. So yeah, you can hear me. That's good.
Fabulous. So I'm going to give you once again a very brief and ham-fisted Irish and English introduction. So apologies for the terrible pronunciations about to come your way. And then I will disappear into backstage, and you can wow people with fantastic dancing. So is Aliantor Dausa Tavahor August Muntor is Sibyl David. Fui Junker Dausa Coamshra, Casacach, August Dausa Traditionach, Erinach, Shannos. Is Aliantor Cove Dance Ireland Gal Vila Fihi. Sybil Dabbit is a dance artist, performer, teacher, and is influenced by contemporary, I can probably translate it from my Irish, but just in case, contemporary classical and Irish traditional Shannos dance. She is the Dance Ireland Associate Artist for 2020. Thank you so much, Siobhán. I will hand over to you.
Thank you so much. And I reached fair play on the way to the Greg. Your Irish is great. So Fáilte welcome to my apartment, everybody. And so what we're going to do for the next while is a bit of Shannos dancing. And before, I have my little setup here behind me, but before I start, I just want to introduce myself and give you a little bit of a taster as to what we're going to do. So, Steve, Kimara Hashiv, how are you all? I'm Siobhán. As you know, you've got the intro. And Shannos dancing, what is it? So you've all heard of Irish dance. You've all heard of river dance, everything like that. Shannos is the Irish for old style. And it is the traditional form of Irish dance, an older form, and it's a looser, more improvisational form of Irish dance. Not a million miles away from what you've already seen, but a little looser and yeah, a lot more crack, and no, I wouldn't say a lot more crack, but yeah, a bit more like street tap, as you might notice. Usually I would have a different setup, but I have my plank of wood in the apartment, and that should suffice. But so I'm going to do a few different dances, and just before I go on, I just want to say Ciara was amazing, and Gurmeen Mahad Ciara Biti Dochreta, and yeah, so it's a hard one to follow, but hopefully we can do a bit of a club na féile, as they say at the Oireachtas, where you get up and do your dancing at the end of the day. And if we've been sitting all day, sitting in front of the computer, there's Sabrina now, the cat. This is a great time to just push away your chair or whatever and just have a bit of a dance, you might even get a sweat going. So I'm gonna start with my real step or my real dance or whatever. A reel is a 4/4 tune in Irish music, in traditional Irish music, and it's essentially any dance music, yeah. And yeah, I'll just show it to you, and then we'll go on from there. Okay. Okay. I'm really hoping that wasn't just into the mic the whole time, but I'm sure it's okay. I'll have a look at the comments in a few minutes. But get the breath back. So, okay, so that was our real dance or whatever that was. And now we're going to learn how to do that. Well, the basic version of that. So on the chéim bhuaimhúsach. So if you want to make some space, get up from your desk, put back your chair, anything, or even if you have a tiny spot, that's all you need. Okay, so, and even if you want to do it later on and just watch for now, that's totally cool as well. So luckily we have the luxury of being able to watch back. So even as well, if you're watching now and you're like, I can't see it, I don't know. I can't get that. You can watch back and practice, and that'll be good. So let's give it a go. Okay, so céim over hain. So we're just going to basically just try this. We're going to do kick, kick, kick down, kick down, kick down, kick down. We're just giving little kicks to the floor. Kick down, kick down, kick down, kick down. Little kicks. That's it. Fabulous. I know I can't see you, but I'm just imagining how amazing you all are. That's it. Great. And if you just want to speed that up, you're just giving little kicks. Kicking better than Orlar. Until we're getting to a little bit of a jog. It's like a little jog, and you're doing little kicks the whole time. So you could just do this. You could just do this for the whole thing, and it would be great. Yeah. So if we kind of keep going, kick, 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 kicking your dogga on Tamalug. If you have little ones at home, anything like that, bring them in, give it a go, keep going, kicking me. Yeah, and if you can kind of look, sometimes it helps to see from the back. Yeah, so I'm doing a kick, kick down, kicking the dogga. Sinead. On a waterfall. Okay, so that's our first thing that we do. It's our shuffle. There are lots of different types of shuffle. You can shuffle like this, or you can shuffle like this. Lots of different ways. But, so that's our little shuffle. And then we're going to add in a grad, a stamp. Okay, I think everybody can do that. Okay, so agasa, grad, anwa. And then we're going to go for the other foot. Grad. Okay, so we're going to go for a grad, cos 1, grad, cos ella. Okay, so let's put them together. We're going to go shuffle, shuffle, grad. Shuffle, shuffle, grad. Yeah, a hand, do, 3. Let's try that. All together. Hand, do, 3. A hand, a do, 3. Fabulous. So don't be worried about what side you're on or any foot or anything like that. That's too fancy for right now. Yeah, we're just going to go first. Okay, and then the other foot, whatever foot you haven't done, we're going to go to that foot, and we're going to do the same. We're going to go shuffle, shuffle, grad. Okay, so weird actually, because when I look at myself, I'm not mirrored. I'm going a different way. It's mad. But anyway, so let's go again. We're going to go one foot and then the other foot for our shuffle, shuffle, grad. Hand, do, see. Shuffle, shuffle, grad, other foot. Shuffle, shuffle, grad. Okay, so let's try that again. Hand, do, see. Hand, do, see. So hand in Irish is 1, do, see. Let's try it together. A hand, do, see. Hand, do, see. A hand, do, see. A hand, do, 3. A hand, do, 3. Keep shuffling. And to the other foot. A hand, do, 3. A hand, do, 3. A hand, do, 3. That's it. Let's see how you're getting on. Let's see. Yes, it is you, and the heel is hitting. Oh, fantastic. I'm not doing loud breathing noises. That's great. Great. Oh, fair play. Oh, Sabrina. Call Sabrina, Amy. You're so caution. Fab. Yes. So you can do both. You can hit your toe as well. So it's all depending on what kind of style you're doing. But what I'm doing is I'm hitting my heel like I'm, when you play keepy uppies with the football. Kids always know this. I don't know why they always know this, but so it's like that. But you're kicking as you're going. My shit. On wagado. Okay, let's try that with our grab, and then we're gonna go back to this one again. Hand do chi, a 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 hand do chi, hand do chi, do chi. So again, dirich maler tu ochos because I am alternating from foot to foot the whole time. Hand do chi, a hand do chi, do chi, a hand do chi, a hand do chi. Do chi, a hand do chi, a hand do chi, a hand do chi. Castella. First time dancing. Oh, fair play. Oh, well. Yeah. So barefoot. I was tempted to do the barefoot actually. To really go for it, but so I have to be really careful because sometimes I get a few complaints from downstairs. In fairness, it's like clog dancing upstairs. It's not most ideal. So I do load the barefoot stuff. But yeah, it is a little like you do have to really reach your foot out for barefoot. But it's still doable. Like, as in I don't have a massive heel with this one either. It's just a small one. So it's definitely doable. So how about what I'm gonna do? See, look, the carpet then goes mad when I do it. So what we're gonna do now is try it with music. So I'm going to reel the ceol. Let's check out Kechul and Tom. And Tom, okay. So we're going to do it with some music. And what we're going to do is go from our basic step. And you'll notice that I'm doing a bit of a slide in. Because I need to get my weight onto that to start again. But that's too fancy for now. Just try our best. Try our best to keep in time, and that'll be the best effort in 20 minutes we can make. Isn't that right? So I'm going to go for something a bit slower because that was shockingly fast, that one there. So this is, I'm sorry, excuse me, the music was Lunasa, Island Paddy. So Lunasa are a really famous Irish traditional music band, and they're on Spotify. So all of this is on Spotify, and I can share the link to my playlist afterwards so you can all practice. This next one is amazing musician Cormac Begley and another amazing musician Jack Talty, and they're playing the broomstick. Yes, it's quite slow. Okay, so I'll try it. Let's get the beat together first. Lechaila. Okay. Hand, go, chi, go. Hand, do, chi. 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 On a wire, Fod. Okay, let's just go for a shuffle. Let's just work on getting that in time. So as well, with the reel, we have a little thing we can say to help us remember or kind of tell what tune we're playing. So it's Black and Decker, Black and Decker, Black and Decker, Black and Decker. Let's try that. Let's try to actually say it and not do this as well. Agus. Black and Decker, 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 Black and Decker. I'd say Kier to do a way better job than I'm doing it. That's kind of like a rap. So then we're going to do Black and Decker with the feet. Hand, so, chi, Agus. So negative 0. Okay, let's go to our basic step. Hop, hand, Woo! Massive. Black and Decker again. Shinagadir. Oh my. Just get your feet moving. And him. Go. Three. Seven. Good. Okay. Shot. Oh, so you do that 8 times. Hendo, tree, cow, quick, chase, shot. Oh. And it's 8 of those hendo trees. Okay? Hand, go, tree, let's go. Hand, go. Tree, cow, quick, chase, shot. Oh, woo, on job. Okay, let's see how you're getting on. Any trouble? Make sure you put it in the yoke. Let's see. I know, no erachtas. Ein erachtas ein bin. Yes, sorry. You're Black and Decker. That's it. Black and Decker, Black and Decker, Black and Decker. That's it. Agus. Don't worry about the satisfying noise. I'm sure I'd say it's probably coming out terribly over the internet, but that's all we can do. Isn't that right? And you see, this is great because it's so pedestrian. It's almost kind of like a nothing dance. It's kind of closer to walking and running than it is to dancing sometimes. Like, so I'll have like these little tics I do when I'm cooking or anything, or or be doing something like that. Again, demented, I'd say the neighbors are by me. But it is a really, it's just something you can be kind of half doing. And it's really satisfying sometimes. It's almost like a nervous thing, and then you just build it up. Okay, so let's go for it one more time. Ura wanella. Agus. She's on Tom Ishlanu. Jenimud le we do it with Willie Clancy's Curra Races. This is another Jack Talty and Cormac Begley number. So, great tune. Okay, so a bit faster. We're going to get the swag going. Hop, ham, go, three. Let's go. Hop. Mashiv, lush to here. Hop. Just keep going at this here. Arish, hop. Go, three. Big stance. I'm going to actually just let it play so you can do it with it. Sabrina, did you go to dance with? Okay. Hand, do, chi, go. Hand, do, chi, 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 hand, do, chi. Okay, let's go back to this. Well done. Look at you. Okay, Arish. Ha! Him. So. Woo! Okay. En yes, ik ben er weer. Sorry, Stuart. That's it. No, Sabrina doesn't dance. She just gives out. So no, they do. They should like it. They want to be able to do it. They're dying to do it. So we're gonna add one more thing. So we have our hand though chi. So you'll probably do, like in Irish dancing, you have your hand though chi. Shocking at Irish dancing, actually. Terrible. Ask anyone. But this kind of Irish dancing. But you have your hand though chi, and then you have your hand though chi karakuik she shacht. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sure there's some of you who are much better at that than I am. But we have the same in channels. So we have our hand do chi, hand do chi, hand do chi, hand do chi, do chi, hand do chi, do chi. And then you have same thing, just a bit longer. Hand do chi, kahar kuig she, shacht. Let's try that. Agus, hand do chi, kahar kuig she, 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 shacht. Okay, let's try that together. Hand, do, tree, hop. Hand, do, tree, cat, quick, shake. Hand, do, tree, cat, quick, shake. Do, tree, cat, quick, shake. Hand, do, tree, cat, quick, shake. That's it. And look, as long as you're stamping on the shots, doesn't matter what you did in between. Ein question shot or chord and fraggart. Don't worry, it totally will come. Don't worry about the kicking. It's all about dancing in time and enjoying it. Isn't that it? So let's do those two together. Okay. Le Shayla, number 3. So let's forget about everything today. Let's go. Up we go. Up, hey. Go. Shake. Go. Shake. Sha. Now we do your hand up, cheek, heart, quick shake. Sha. Hand up, cheek, heart, quick shake. Hand up, cheek, heart, quick shake. Hand up, cheek, heart, quick shake. Back to the start. I'm doing a bit of a hop as well. Hop. That's it. My shoes. Okay, and then hop, hand, go, cheek, heart, quick shake. Hand, go, cheek, heart, quick shake. Hop. Cheek, heart, quick shake. Hop. And job. Okay. Ínta. Well, ain't yes, it didn't bit when we go rock skippy. Are we going a bit too fast? Are we okay? Okay, fabulous. Okay, so we're gonna do we're one Ella one more time, Le Chéile, and then I'm gonna finish off with Bounce a Wall Ella. I'm gonna do one more bounce for you, and I'll do a jig at the end because just mix it up. You know, we've been listening to reels the whole half hour. It's nice to hear a different rhythm. So our jig time is 6/8, and I'll give a prize whoever can say in the comments how we say jigs. Is there a little? Is there anyone there who can say it? It's a little poem or whatever you say. It's like Black and Decker. We say rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages. Probably too late. Yeah, so rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages. So it's rashers is bacon and sausages. I'm vegetarian, so I don't love it, but right. So rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages. So let's say it together. Hand, do, chi, go. Rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages. So the vegetarian version I like to say in Oscaige is Rihim na farige, Rihim na farige, Rihim na farige, Rihim na farige. It's far more poetic than rashers and sausages. So that means rhythm of the sea. Rihim na farige, Rihim na farige, Rihim na farige, Rihim na farige. Much nicer. I'll write it down for you afterwards. So you can sing along your Rihim na farige when I'm doing my jig. But just to finish, we'll do our last run of the reels, and then I'll do my jig. Okay, let's go first. Hop. Everyone give it a go now. Even if you're getting it wrong, it's fine. There's no wrong. Hop, there you go. Hop. So, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, hop. Others. Hey, so, chi, ca, tu, say. Hop, hey, so, chi, ca, tu, say. Hop, hey, so, chi, ca, tu, say. Hop, hey, so, chi, ca, tu, say. Woo! On job. Fabulous. So as I said, I'll put the link to the playlist in the chat. But now I'm going to do my jigs to finish. And this is by Sabrina's just knocked up something over. She always picks her time. So it's Tony McMahon and Noah Hill, and they're playing Cooley's Jig. So these are 2 trad legends now playing, and you'll get them in the playlist as well. So gur míle mahagaí, bhí sib do chreite, well, in question sin, like dinner about Rahim the Farg. Yeah, I know. Rahim the Farg is much better. You'll be able to hear it here now. We'll say it together to begin. Ach bhí sib ar aus. Bhí sib an Darfach, very enthusiastic and positive, and that's amazing. Even not being able to see it, I felt like we were all together. So, Sinead, I'm going to do my final dance. Okay. Okay, let's try a rhythm of fire again. Here, go. Okay, rhythm the fire again, 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 rhythm the fire again. Amazing. Okay, let's do our ratchets and sausages for all the teachers out there. Hop, hands, go, two. Ratchets and sausages, ratchets and sausages, ratchets and sausages. Keep going. And sausages. Hop, go, two. Woo! Gurmí le mí amachí a chuirde. Oh yes, absolutely. I'll put in the link now if I can find it. Agus Sinead. And maybe Rebecca will come back. I'll try to get my best back. But yeah, that was great. Gurmí. Yeah. I'm gonna
there we go. Yeah, if you pop it in our chat, then Richard will be able to bring it. Yeah. But what we'll also do is we'll try and grab it and share it out in our discussion group as well, so that people
absolutely that's what I'll do
later on. Thank you so much, Malu. Yeah. That was amazing.
Well, like, as obvious, I'm not like in the studio as often as I am with all the sweating, but I just hope that it was just that we've all the energy going, and it's like at home Kaylee and all that stuff.
Definitely. We probably should have had you right at the start, right before Kevin got everybody, going.
Oh, sure, listen. I know it's good to get all the amazing poetry, and then it's like, oh, okay, we get all the frustration out, and that's usually how it goes at the Oireachtas, the yearly gathering of Irish speakers. We go to the Oireachtas meeting gathering, and all through the day we have all the competitions of Shannon's dancing and Shannon's singing, and like we've Ogle Birch and all that, and then at night everyone just goes like at the Kaylee. So that's pretty much the whole idea there. So
I was really delighted to introduce everybody to, I think everybody knows the ubiquitous river dance, and the Irish dancing has has become kind of this international phenomenon. And I have cousins that have traveled to Japan and in the full regalia.
Oh, absolutely. And can I say, river dance is unreal. Like, it's deadly. So but it's always
it's good to show the
variation.
Exactly, and perhaps, as you say, kind of an older form, and one that's closer perhaps to what would have been more ubiquitous, especially before
domestic
electricity.
Kind of.
Exactly.
The
old dancing at the crossroads, as we all
seem dancing with the broom, getting the broom out. And I didn't have my brush today, but we danced with brushes. We danced with all sorts of household items. So I don't even have a brush at the moment. I have a mop. So I had to do a workshop with my kids, and I was like, well, you'll have a broom, but I have a mop, so don't mind that. But oh no,
oh, so she's had enough now. She's had enough now. You've done your time.
Absolutely. And I knew it. She was sleeping all day. And I was like, she's going to wake up right before and ruin it. But she didn't ruin it. She's too cute. She's too cute to ruin things.
So we'll have the playlist that we can share with people. Are you on YouTube or other places if people wanted to?
I am on Instagram. Yeah, so just at Siobhán Davitt. I'm on Twitter and Facebook, although I have deleted all social media off my phone recently, just with the lockdown and everything. I was just like, I cannot have any more distractions. So but yeah, do Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I do check them. So
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, because I'm sure there'll be people searching out more.
Hopefully, yeah. Well, look, and hopefully we'll get back to the studio soon for classes. I could teach weekly classes, and they're like that, but with people in the room, and it feels like a lot more interactive. But we're working things out with Zoom and everything now, so it's kind of like there's something at least you can do instead of like wishing you're in the studio the whole time. You can at least kind of simulate something.
And this is a little bit different. I think everybody's probably over Zoom yoga, but this is the next thing that everybody needs to be doing.
This is it.
There's Zoom channels.
Absolutely, yeah. I love like the L Sweat Fest and all that kind of stuff on Zoom, and I love getting really sweaty and going mad. So, yeah, hit me up and you can sign up and all that. So
fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Siobhán. Really, really appreciate it. I think everybody from the comments, everybody really enjoyed it. And as you said, it's not quite the same as being in the studio or being at the Cayley or at the Oireachtas or in Limerick, as we all hoped to be. But hopefully at some point in the future, we'll all be able to show off the few steps that we've learned. And maybe if we ever make it to Limerick, we can all learn the walls of Limerick.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Totally. No bothering us, no bother.
So thank you so much, Siobhán. I will bring, I suppose, our evening to a close. I think definitely we've learned something. We've experienced the Irish language, and I think, as my mother would say about us, we'll all sleep tonight now after a bit of exercise. So I think if I will say Slán Leat.
Mí má had reach as an gcuire agus as non tagartí an agus thanks a million for inviting me and for the lovely comments and for the participation and all that and the attention to detail with the piece and everything. So it's great.
Thank you so much. And Ihawa.
Ihawa?
So I think Richard might shuffle us around a little bit more.
Sure.
In a second. Oh, excellent. So what I will do now my cat is nuzzling the laptop, so we're having great fun now. So what we'll do is we'll again leave the slide up for a few minutes. Obviously, Daria went through the running order for tomorrow with you, but we will be back at 9:30 UTC or 10:30 GMT +1 or Irish time. We'll leave the slide up for another 2 minutes so that anybody who's having conversations in the chat, and we'll be sure to try and capture any links that Siobhán and others shared on some of the posts that Ciara mentioned and things like that. So thank you all. Thank you all so much for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed that. And I will talk to you all very soon. Ihawa, good night.